All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for attending tonight's Conservation Commission meeting. All that wish to do so, please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call here. Brian?
Here.
Joseph? Here. Bernardo?
Here.
Wilson?
Here.
Tom is not in attendance tonight, and Nicholas Rudolph is here. So we do have a quorum. Next up is review and approval of the meeting minutes from last time. Any additions, changes?
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. Some new business, DEP file number 0610314, 320 Charger Street. This is for a certificate of compliance request for order of conditions in 1999.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. For the record, Rick Salvo with Engineering Alliance. Here this evening on behalf of R&S Realty Trust. This is probably more administrative than anything else. This order of conditions was issued, like Chair said, in 1999. It was back when this parking lot that was recently constructed, approved by this commission, was a crushing yard. They were required to build a detention pond. That detention pond showed up on all the as-bills that we submitted during the parking lot. It ends up over here in the middle of the parking lot right now, so it's since been completely redeveloped. That detention pond is gone. We're just trying to complete the chain of title. There's an open order of conditions for this that needs a certificate of compliance in order to be able to close it out. So like I said, this is probably more administrative than anything else, but that was the crux of the filing back in 1999.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. After walking down the property on Saturday, and we've been there a couple times now at this point, it's in great condition. The way that the current owner keeps it with the retention wall, the robust stormwater management system, I don't see any reason why we can't close this out. And I would definitely call for a motion to approve this certificate of compliance.
I would make a motion to approve the certificate of compliance.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Next up is DEP file 0610742, also for 320 Charger Street, and this is for a certificate of compliance request for order of condition in 2020.
That is correct. Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. For the record, Rick Salvo with Engineering Alliance on behalf of R&S Realty Trust again. I'm requesting a certificate of compliance for DEP file number 061-0742. The work associated with this certificate of compliance was the retaining wall that you see along the perimeter of that parking lot. That retaining wall was permitted first under its own order of conditions. Then when the entire parking lot came into play, that same exact retaining wall was repeated on those plans. Those plans got a certificate of compliance. For some reason, this one never got signed off. It was the same wall that got approved under the previous DEP file number for the entire parking lot. So again, we're just looking to clean up the record here. You saw it on the site visit. It's existing in good shape. All the landscaping was put in behind it and thriving. So I guess with that, again, I'll turn it back to the commission for any questions or comments.
I don't have any questions about it. And as I said earlier, we definitely have seen this property quite a few times, and it is in very good condition. They keep a very pristine parking lot. I didn't even see a piece of trash back there in that parking lot.
Much cleaner use than what was there, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to the rental place going in to kind of complete the whole aesthetic of that area. Hopefully Republic can clean up a little bit over there on the other side of the street, or the other side of the property, but that still remains to be seen. But any other commissioners have questions, comments, concerns about this, closing this out? Nope. Hearing none, I'd like to call for a motion to approve this certificate of compliance.
Motion to approve certificate of compliance?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Rick. Next up, if you might as well just hang out right there, I guess. What do we have? So this, next up is DEP file number 0610789, 451 Revere Beach Boulevard. This is for a, 451.
451, yep.
It was a typo. And this is for our certificate of compliance for a 16-unit building?
Correct.
Excellent. And this is, I will say this before we get going. With driving up to the property, you didn't even know it was there. You would have thought it was there for 100 years. So good on you guys for doing that. But yes, I'll let you close this out, Rick.
Sure, thank you again, Mr. Chairman, member of the commission. For the record, Rick Salvo, Engineering Alliance, here on behalf of Anthony and Nico DeCesare. We're the owners and developers. You might recall this building had been there for a long time. It was an 8-unit building. They added stories above and had to put a small addition in the back to accommodate an elevator. We created a pervious parking lot with pervious asphalt. I'm over here to accommodate the parking for it, which was done in the floodplain. So the parking lot expansion, which met the DEP stormwater regs by virtue of the pervious pavement, and the addition required the filing of a notice of intent. That work has now been completed. So we're looking to get a certificate of compliance to be able to close this project out.
Absolutely. So walking down the property, everything was stabilized. It looked really great. All of the plantings that you had, all in the back, on the side of the building, the pervious pavement. I wish you the best of luck with that stuff. It's not easy to plow and work with in the wintertime or treat, but I thank you for putting it in, and I know that the extra cost to your project it's appreciated, let me tell you. And walking down the property, it was in immaculate condition, even from the elevator shaft that got put in, no oil, still had an oil separator on the property. So thank you for going above and beyond on that stuff. I don't have any other questions. It was pretty straightforward, but any of the other commissioners?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was able to walk the site yesterday.
Oh, good.
I couldn't make it on Saturday. And I was curious about something I saw that maybe you can give me an answer. On the south side of the building, pretty close to the front, there was attached to the outside wall, it almost looked like a gas meter type arrangement. It was gray and everything. And
The oil separator?
no, it was attached to the,
Was it the north or the south side you're talking about?
as you're facing the building, it was on my left.
Yeah, the southbound side.
There is a gas meter.
Oh.
That's where the gas comes in. There is a gas meter. And they replaced the old one with a newer gas meter.
My question was, so now you have a reference point. On the bottom, very close to the ground, there was an empty pipe coming out, about 3-inch diameter. It's fairly new, but it had a little bit of rust on it. It's almost on the ground.
That might be a bleeder for the sprinkler.
For the sprinkler system. I gotcha.
I can confirm, but I think that's, when you test the sprinkler system, and if you ever need to bleed it out, that's basically exhaust you.
I'm sorry, guys, can you?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it. Paul, thank you. Sorry about that. Just if you wouldn't mind stating your name for the record.
Anthony DeCesare, 596 Revere Beach Boulevard. I believe, I can confirm this, but I believe what you're referring to is, it's basically an exhaust for when you, if we ever have our sprinkler guy come and bleed out the sprinkler system, if we ever need it bled, that's where the water will come out and be bled.
Well, I was hoping it was something like that. I feared that it might be an exit for pump out
No,
Of
no,
some
no,
sort.
no, there's no sump pump or anything like that. That's not
We
what
get
that
a
is.
confirmation on that? at
Yeah,
some
I can do
point?
that, of course.
All right, thank you. That's the only question I have. Other than that, the property will look fine.
Thanks very
You know,
much.
because I took the liberty of walking all around. Nobody stopped me.
All good. Come by
But,
whenever you like.
Everything looked pretty good.
Thank you very
I
much.
really enjoyed it.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks.
Anthony, one more question. So that, you're talking about your fire safety system, that was a bleeder for?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just, I saw that, I'm like
So
trying
if
to
they,
visualize it
if
myself.
they go and test it,
Yeah, when they have to drain it or
when you have to
whatever,
drain
yeah.
it, it has to, the water has to come outside the building, so that pipe is what that's for. So it's not an intake or anything like that, and it's not a sump pump, it's for the
Yeah.
standing water in the
You can see
sprinkler.
the, like the, the little spout that comes out and then that hole down there. I don't know why, I walk by that stuff a million times and it's like, it's white noise to me now. But yeah, no, I kind of get what you're saying. Just making sure that's what that was for. I didn't know if it was maybe roof drain runoff. When you said it was a bleeder, I was like, wait.
All the roof goes into the previous asphalt.
Yeah, that's what that's why the downspouts in the back, you could see that over there. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll be happy to get you a confirmation on that, and best part is too, that piece is actually outside of the floodplain, so that's even outside
Yeah.
of jurisdiction as well, so. But we'll be happy to follow up with an answer on that, just so you know what it is.
No, I appreciate it. As long as we get it on the record, we can put it in with the file and all questions are answered. But any other questions before we take a vote? No? Excellent. Seeing as how this is definitely an improvement to the area and all of that, I would definitely call for a motion to approve this certificate of compliance.
I'll make a motion to approve the certificate of compliance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Great, thank you very much for your time, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Next up, we don't have a DEP file for this. We'll open a hearing for it, though. Is 76 to 82 Revere Beach Boulevard. Notice of intent for a new development, 5-lot, high-rise, mixed-use, 80 units with restaurant, retail, and 2 parking garages. If you wouldn't mind. You're good to go. If you wouldn't mind, just, yeah, make sure the mic's on and just,
How'd I do? Thanks. Good evening. My name is John Tilton from Williams Projects Engineering, and I'm here tonight for the property located at 7682 Revere Beach Boulevard. I think you did a site walk last week. I wasn't at the site walk, but Chris Sparages, our company, was there. You're familiar with the site. It's actually 4 parcels of land, about 0.58 acres. It's the Bill Ash Lounge site and the Twist and Shake site. And it's a redevelopment of the property. The proposal is for a 6-story mixed-use residential, commercial, retail on the first floor. So we see the site now. There's 2 existing buildings. I have them shown in the darker gray areas. The gravel parking lot in the rear, which is actually through Ocean Avenue. And then you have some green, really more not landscaping, but kind of weedy area back there. So it's not in the FEMA flood zone. There's no BVW within 100 feet of it, but we do have the coastal flood zone, which runs along the front of the wall at the beach area here. And so what that does, it puts a 100-foot buffer zone, which is onto our property, and that's why we need to file with you tonight. Okay. So moving forward, this is the proposed development. Have you looked at this yet? I don't know if it was the first time.
Yep.
Okay. So as you see, it's 6-story redevelopment of the property. There'll be 2 levels of garage parking. One at the lower level you access off Ocean Ave. Another side on Revere Beach Boulevard you could access on this side here. There's about 80 units or so and about 82 parking spaces on the property. And again, you can see the coastal flood zone 100 map. Buffer zone runs in that manner there. So it's in the front of the property, and that's why we're here tonight. Along with the proposed building, there's additional landscaping involved, the replacement of the sidewalk in front of the building along Revere Beach Boulevard, and also in the rear, Ocean Ave, that sidewalk will be replaced as well. And working with DCR, they asked us to, not just a concrete sidewalk, but some landscaping amenities as well. These green areas represent planters, more greenery in front of the building on Revere Beach Boulevard there. The site now from the top is about 16 to 8 in elevation. It slopes from here, it's north to south. It'll be pretty much level up, but the 2 parking levels, you can access at different levels. And the restaurant, retail, whatever it might be, will be off the Revere Beach Boulevard side. Okay. As far as drainage, so the drainage we picked up, and we worked with engineering, talked to DCR, is collected from the roof, downspouts, then tied into 2 catch basins on Revere Beach Boulevard here and there. And any other runoff on here would head towards Ocean Ave, a very small portion of that runoff, and then a little bit here on Revere Beach. Utilities will be sewer, water underground, utilities, we'll see electrical underground as well. As far as erosion control during construction, you can't really see here, it's on a plan you have. I should have highlighted, but it's gonna run around the perimeter. It'll be either siltation fence, or we might use straw wattle, depending on the surface itself, because siltation fence you can't stake in. So whatever the preference of the commission might be, we could do either or. We have some details showing. And those who move during construction, if there's any gravel removal, they'll keep it on site and then eventually take it off. But when they're done that, they'll go back at the soils, greenery as the final stage of the project. So, that's it. So I'll be happy to answer some questions at this time.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So have you already secured your permits for the discharge on the DCR side of things, on the Revere Beach Boulevard side?
So I know, Peter Blaisdell was the project engineer. He told me they met with DCR, or he spoke with them, and I don't know if he actually has a permit in hand yet, but I know he's dealt with them, and they wanted this design, so I can confirm that. I don't know have DP file number, so we'll be back here at some point. I can confirm that as well.
Yeah, I would definitely want to have confirmation of that. I don't know if this is a case where, what came first, the chicken or the egg with this situation. You're kind of waiting for the Concom to say yes, so the DCR will say yes.
Right.
I just want to know where we are in the pecking order and where
Right.
that approval is. If they're on board, I'm fine with that, because I would love to not see water, even though it is roof runoff, going to Ocean Ave, which is considered clean by industry standard. I would love to see it inundate their system, not inundate our system.
Yeah,
no
that was-
offense, DCR.
Yeah.
The other question I guess I have is, because of the elevations of the property, it drops off pretty drastically down to Ocean Ave, and where you are located on the southbound side, adjacent to that property, putting like silt fences and catch basins over there is gonna be a little tricky. So during construction, during deconstruction anyways, trying to get the site level. So I would definitely recommend something that is a little more modular, hay bales,
Yeah.
something like that, especially on the southbound side. The rest of the property, I don't think you'd have a problem adjacent to that park, putting up a silt fence to keep the debris out of the park, silt fence right on the front to keep the debris off the boulevard, and in the back, where it makes sense, considering construction vehicles going in and out. The only other thing, I didn't see what is going to be the primary entry and exit for materials being delivered, or materials or deconstruction going out, and how you're going to handle any kind of debris that's coming in and out of the site.
Right,
So
okay.
I don't know if you were going to have wheel washers, if you were going to have some sort of tacky surface or something like that. So things we can redefine when you guys come back
Yeah.
and have a file number, but something that I'd like you to put on your radar. And then as the southbound side gets a little more defined, you can probably set up that silt sock and fencing.
Okay.
There, it'll be a little easier to stake once you get it down to grade, or where you're gonna start your
Right,
grade.
okay.
but something a little modular on the southbound side would work. And then as far as stormwater management is concerned, the stuff that does come out on the Ocean Ave side, I didn't see any kind of separation devices for that. I know it's not going to be a dramatic amount coming out on Ocean Ave, but I didn't see, and I didn't know what DCR is requiring to hook into their system. And I know they consider it clean, but
Right.
you're still going to have a parking lot down there that could potentially get wet, and then cars are in there, so you have dirty runoff coming down and out from Ocean Ave, or onto Ocean Ave. So I'm just kind of curious how you're going to mitigate that, the
Yeah,
potential of that
It's a
as
good
well.
question, yeah. So those are covered, there'll probably be grease traps inside itself, but as far as the entrance though, we can look into that. It's
Yeah.
actually specifically talking about the entrance in and out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that'll probably won't have any berming, it probably won't have any protection.
Right.
Going in and out where the driveway cut will be, depending on how large it is, 20 feet, I think is the max in the city right now,
Yeah.
but who knows if you get a variance to make it larger. But you definitely have a large opportunity for things to escape on Ocean Ave that aren't pre-treated. So like having just a simple line all the way down to like just catch it and put it in a separator and then have something cleaned out in your parking lot. Something like that. I know that it's, like I said, it's gonna be very minimal,
Yeah.
but we wanna mitigate every risk that we
Sure.
possibly can.
Okay.
I think that's all the questions I have. Any others for the commission? Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have the same concerns as the chairman. And if I'm not mistaken, this is not the first time this project's come before us?
This specific project. there was
I
something-
thought there was an issue before, it came before us once before, and there was still an issue with some piece of property that wasn't acquired yet. Well, in any event, unfortunately, I've been on this board for a long time, and I will ask the same question that I asked on the other projects in this area, and that is basically where the drainage from the roof is going to go on the boulevard side. As the chairman already raised concerns about that. So if I'm not mistaken, the drains now basically go underneath the road and onto the beach area.
That's correct, right.
And again, we're both concerned about the possible volume, since a lot of it now in that area is going in the back property and towards Ocean Ave, rather than the boulevard. I quite frankly don't know how it's going to be able to handle all of the roof drain area.
Yeah, so there is a decrease in impervious area on the site and the volume itself. So the water will be picked up from the roof with downspouts direct right into the catch basins, which discharge across underneath Revere Beach Boulevard and into, I guess I don't really see what they call them, the entrapments on the
They're
other
called
side.
sonotubes that are going underneath there.
Yeah, and they have the stone. They cleaned out like once a year by DCR. So we've been in contact with them. We also talked with the engineering and DPW about this because I think they had the same concerns you did. Ocean Ave has had some problems with draining.
Oh, yeah.
So under their advisement in DCR, they want to see it go, as specifically you said, this way. So we're capturing it, and it's bring it to, discharging into the ocean area here.
So basically the basins that the DCR cleans out annually is what's going to be filtering any of the other impurities that the rainwater that is captured on the roof is going to go out to the beach. So I guess we're taking water that's fallen on a roof that's technically a clean surface, technically. And that gets directed right into their system, which then gets into another filtration.
Yeah, I'm also concerned about the
Volume?
profile, the volume,
Yeah.
because you have a nice big rectangle there right now that encompasses how many different buildings? 3?
Two of them.
No, I mean, what's there now? Yeah, with parking in the area in the back and everything else, so
Yeah.
right now, that rain is just falling into and going right out to Ocean Ave,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's
now, all of that is going to be directed into the drains that are gonna go onto the boulevard. So again, I am not a hydraulic engineer, but in my lay terms, it seems like you're adding a lot of volume to what the boulevard is going to have to handle.
I guess the question we're asking is, the current system that they have in place with the DCR, are their engineers, are they adequately, think that the system that they have on their side is adequately sized to handle the additional runoff from that instead of it being into, permeating into or percolating into the parking lots and stuff back there.
Right.
I think seeing something like that or seeing maybe a letter from them saying that
Okay.
it is capable of doing that, that would definitely stave off a lot of the concerns that we would have
Right.
for.
Yeah, I had another question too in regards to that.
Yep.
Is DCR allowing you to build right to the sidewalk, straight up?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yes, well, it's.
I mean,
it's-
they've let everybody else do that
Yeah,
now,
they
so I
have,
guess
yeah.
they should allow you
Yeah.
to do that too.
Yeah.
Which I'm, quite frankly, not that in favor of.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like to have a setback. They want you to put some greenery on the sidewalk, all they're gonna do is take away some of the area that people can walk by.
Mm-hmm.
And, but they are going to let you go right to the
Yeah,
sidewalk
and
of the
according to zoning,
building.
well, it's more of a Revere zoning issue versus DCR, so we're within our boundary property. So, this area here is DCR owned right away, so they took the opportunity, to work with us and, ask for the replacement of those walkways and add greenery there, because otherwise, you might have just had all concrete there. So we're introducing more greenery and, which helps with the runoff and drainage, like we said earlier. Right now, the rain comes out, it just discharges in Ocean Ave. Right now, we're picking it up and discharging into a catch basin, which goes right to the discharge across the street here. So it's not tied to a long system, we're not carrying it very far. It's just shooting, instead of draining on the Revere Beach Boulevard, it's being caught and underneath it and out it goes. So it's an improvement overall of the drainage system. But we'll provide a letter like you ask and
Yeah,
from them.
I would appreciate
Yeah,
that.
it makes
Just
sense.
something to have, just to dot all the i's and cross all the t's
Right.
concerning.
Well, I have another concern too, a pragmatic concern, and this is in regards to all of the building that's been going on the boulevard. Now, if anybody in the city recalls, and still going on today, further down on the beach, where they're building all of those apartments, they have had an expansion of the work area so that everybody has to narrow through only one side of the road. And that's been going on for, 3 years now?
3 years.
It's precarious, it's dangerous, and it's a nuisance, and I travel it maybe 5 times a day. So my question to you is, are you going to have the necessity of taking up one of the travel lanes on the boulevard in front of this property when the construction is going on? Since you're going to be allowed to build right to the sidewalk, I'm wondering if you're going to have to expand the construction area to actually a part of the boulevard, and everybody's going to have to.
Sidewalk. I mean, the difference is we have access from the back of this building too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's,
Do you understand what I'm talking about? If you go all the way down the beach now?
But they bring it right out of the, I don't think we need that at all, because we have access from Ocean Ave. Maybe take up the sidewalk, fence off to the sidewalk.
But just to confirm from what he's saying, kind of piggybacking off that, and he's going to tell you to talk into the microphone if you're going to have a conversation. So, just to confirm, because what he's asking is, as someone who lives down the street from this project, the 2 lanes that, because it's 2 lanes, and the second any traffic comes up, or there's even someone trying to get into Parallel Park, it backs up forever. Just making sure that those 2 lanes are going to be clear for people to be able to drive down, that you don't have any intention of having, even for a short period of time, of having one of those lanes in front of that blocked by either dumpsters, trucks, work vehicles, fences, or anything.
yeah, the only time I can anticipate that would be the case is when they're reconstructing the sidewalk to put the plantings and to actually put down concrete. I would probably say that
Yeah,
that would be a much more abridged
Sure.
timeline to do something like that, but especially considering, to piggyback off of all of that, where it is on the beach, adjacent to the bandstand and the bathhouse that's right across the street, the intersection of Beach Street, or is that Shirley Ave there? Yeah, I think that might be Shirley
Yeah,
Ave.
sure, yeah.
That's a very busy corner in that area.
Yeah.
So putting the congestion on the boulevard side would just really chunk it up, especially at the beginning of the beach right there. So
Yeah, okay.
I definitely have a lot of concerns with that, and especially with the construction debris going out onto the boulevard and potentially, you know, where it's gonna end
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But yeah, that's something I would love to see. And you definitely have a much ease of access on Ocean Ave too. So I would anticipate that that would be where the majority of that's gonna go in and out. But I would love to get confirmation of that.
Yeah, you know, I can't, I don't know for sure. We are required to provide a traffic management plan.
Yep.
DCR, and it's very specific. I don't know, there may be times, I don't want to speak for that. And ZBA will be involved with the conditions of will we block a lane or not. And, but like traffic management plan, sidewalk management plan, bike path plan, it's all a part of the process to get approval to do this work, so,
Appreciate that.
yeah.
Yeah.
As being a resident of Beachmont, and this is basically my like front yard of where you are,
Yeah.
I just have a couple quick questions, just even for anyone watching that really kind of wanted to know these questions. When were you planning to do demolition of the buildings that are currently standing there?
Good evening, I'm Dana Lopez, Wakefield Associates. I am one of the principals that's going to be on the property and also the developer of the construction. So getting back to the blocking off the lane, we'll submit a construction plan for every stage, for demolition, construction. And the only time I can see us out on the street is, like I said, doing the sidewalks, or if we needed to get a crane out front, you know, we would schedule something like that. But we're going to leave the boulevard clear. I know it's very busy up there.
Yeah, especially in that area, it's brutal over
Yeah,
there.
and the sidewalk's pretty big now, so
Yeah, it's a
we'll
double.
just fence off to the boulevard and keep that access in front. We're gonna need lifts out there, obviously.
And then for the demolition, when were you anticipating?
Demolition, well, we're waiting to go through DCR to see exactly when we're gonna start. But we plan on, we're anticipating starting demolition this fall.
Okay, and do you know how long the
ground
project will be?
improvements. What's that?
Do you know how long the project will be in anticipation? Once
2
it starts?
years.
2 years?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then once it started, do you have an idea of, because obviously Twist and Shake was a place that, you know, I went with my son, we
Yep.
all love, and the owner was before us before about this. Do you know if they're going to be given an opportunity to re-enter and take over one of the retail spaces that you have?
Yes, I've spoke to Bill Ash several times. I've actually met with them also. They're gonna get first right on, we have a retail, about a 1,500 square foot retail section in the building. Then there's a larger size, a restaurant on the right side of the building. But it's theirs if they want it.
Honestly, that's great that you are giving that opportunity. The other question I have for you is in regard to, for the actual like build out of it when it's there, are you planning to have it match kind of the local area of stuff? Are you going to keep that in mind? Or are you trying to do something different when it comes to the looks and aesthetics?
I'm gonna just put a plan up if you don't mind. See what the building looks like.
Oh, nice, we got some architecturals.
You know, if I'm going to be looking at this from my deck, I might
That's
as
a great
well get a
question.
preview.
I would love to. I saw it briefly on the site when we were flipping through, but it was pretty cold when we were flipping those pages out there.
Do you know if these apartments are to purchase? Are these condos or apartments?
So here's the front of the building.
Did he answer?
I didn't,
Are these condos or apartments? Condos, okay.
condos. Oh, that's great.
So here's the sidewalk with the landscaping on it, and entrance is in the center. So there's a retail spot over here, the Twist and Shake has, like I said, they get first right of refusal on it. And this side is a restaurant, it goes up to the second floor, the mezzanine level on it. And the rest are condos, so it'll be steel construction up to this level, and then it'll be wood frame construction, typical of what's happening down there.
Thank you for showing us this. As I'm going to be looking at this building for the next, hopefully, 80 years of my life, I just want to make sure it's not an eyesore like the 6 brutalist buildings that were there, so I just had to ask.
I know we said it on the site, and I can't remember, for some reason, the number 16 is floating around in my head, but first floor elevation for the site, I can't remember. I know I asked that on the site.
First floor elevation,
Yeah.
was it 12?
So the lower garage is 8.5, the ground floor is 13.3, and the upper garage is 19.6. So 13.3 would be
The
I guess the
Median.
ground floor.
ground floor for the retail and probably garage entrance area, and then where you start residency starts. So elevation 19 roughly is where the residents are going to be?
Higher than that. Residents won't start till,
Yeah, I think it's higher than that, so. So the ground floor would be 13.3, so be above that, so you're like, more than 20s, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm,
Yeah, where the residents start is where my concern would be. So they've got a good 20 feet before water really starts getting anything in that building.
well above 15 is the number, right?
Yeah. What is the floodplain, 13 or something like that? It was the floodplain?
it's 14, the wall is 15.5, so that's, it stops at the wall.
Yeah,
This is
so,
probably approximately 28
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, with 13 here.
So that makes,
All right. I don't have any other questions. Any more from the?
Yeah, just a comment during demolition and construction, just with the constructors, just to make sure the debris keep inside, like dumpsters. Sometimes I see the wind taking all this plastic going all over to the ocean. So just, I don't know if something can be done, like a signs or anything to be more aggressive, making sure no trash is going, especially when it gets windy. You can see large plastic, I pick it up with my son sometimes, and it just, sometimes you probably tell the message, but it doesn't trickle down to them.
Right.
So just, if we can be more aggressive, making sure they are aware that
Okay,
it's
we
something that would
we
like.
can cover that if you want to.
Yeah, that'd be great, because when I drive the boulevard every morning to go towards where I go to work.
Yeah.
And the buildings that are down at the end, by the time you make a call, it's already blown away into the
Right.
ocean. But, you know, I've seen riprap, I've seen that orange fencing blown onto the beach and then subsequently into the ocean and stuff like that. So just want to be, like Wilson said, a little more aggressive in the retention of the trash on site. It's been a little bit of a problem. The Ocean Ave building's not so much, but the boulevard stuff that's down the end, it's been all over the place over
Right,
there.
I'm sure, yeah, it's windy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's a wind tunnel through there, especially when they hadn't gotten the major part of the structure up. It was really windy there, nothing stopping it. So just something to think about over there.
We could cover the dumpsters at night if you want to make it a condition.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that-
something I was thinking, especially weekends, like almost 3 days there without any call, and usually happens when it gets, like you say, windy.
Right.
And most of those contractors
Which
are
is
good, but
always
some of
the
them are very careless when it comes to this, so I'd appreciate if you can
Okay.
do something about it. Thank you.
I would love to close this out and take a vote, but unfortunately, we don't have a DEP file number. So, but I do appreciate you exhausting all of our questions and answering everything. And I think we all kind of have our marching orders for the next time around, and I hope that the DEP file number shows up soon. So we can
When
get
is the
this
date of the
going.
next meeting?
What is it, April 6th? I can't remember. First Wednesday in April. Oh, come on. We're going to have an April Fool's Day meeting? Oh, no. Yes, there is an actual meeting on April 1st. Just let's get that on the record right now. So yeah, April 1st is going to, I thought it was the 6th for some reason. That might be the following month. But we will definitely see you guys then. And like I said, thank you for your time today, and thank you for presenting. It'll probably go a lot smoother, a lot faster the next time
Well,
around.
I thought it was fourth on the agenda, fifth on the agenda, and I got here and there was nobody here.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No. Well, again, thank you, and we'll definitely see you guys again. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
guys.
So we have some
you.
continued business, but we don't have,
It's pending
The-
it's pending the variance, so it should be continued.
yeah, so this is, so the 36 Glendale Ave, the notice of intent after the fact is going to be extended until the next meeting. We did have some site visits, 76 to 82 Revere Beach Boulevard, 451 Revere Beach Boulevard, and 320 Charger Street for our conditions. And we also did receive a communication from the Massachusetts DEP. And this was in regards to a negative determination about the Eastern County ditch. And so things can proceed a little bit easier, that they've defined it as a man-made structure. So at this time, I'd like to open up for any open discussion. If you guys have anything to discuss, or
I think we're good.
good? All right, well then, I would like to call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Yeah, we got a couple.